Now, if we're trying to solve inequalities, as they're called, which is what we've got here, we pretty much do them the same way as equations, except there's something changes a little bit, and we'll address that when we get to it. So over here, what we're saying is x minus some number minus 2 is greater than 8. So what we do here is we say, well, that number has got to be, to work out what this number is, we've got to take this and bring it over to the other side. So just like we would before, this becomes x minus 2 plus 2 less than 8, so it's less than or greater than, plus 2. So then our 2's will eliminate each other, so negative 2 plus 2, so we're left with x, and we're saying x is less than 10, because 8 plus 2 is 10. So what we're saying is 10 minus 2 is less than, 10, so we're saying x has got to be less than 10 for this to be true. So any number less than 10 over here on the left will satisfy this on the right. Okay, so let's see what happens if we've got to do two steps. So this, we've got 2x plus 5 is greater than or equal to 7. So what we'll do with this, we'll say 2x plus 5, we want to get rid of that 5, so we're going to subtract it from both sides. Minus 5. So then we'll have 2x is greater than or equal to 2. Let's just rewrite that clearer. It's a bit of a mess. 2x is equal to or greater than 2. And then what we're going to do, 2 times some number, hence it being 2. So x has got to be greater than or equal to 1. So that's what we end up doing here. So to satisfy that thing, we're saying x has got to be equal to or greater than 1. So we put in 1, then we'll end up with 7 on the left, which is equal to 7. If we put it on 2, then 2 times 2 gives us 4, plus 5, that's 9, which is greater than 7, so that's okay. We put in 0, we get 5, and it doesn't satisfy the equation. Okay, here it gets a little bit tricky over here. Oh, actually, we'll do this one. So we've got 3x minus 7 divided by 2 is less than or equal to 7. What we do, same deal, we've got to multiply both sides by 2 because we are dividing this side by 2. So we'll have 3x minus 7 is greater than or equal to 14. From there, now we're going to add 7 to both sides so we can remove this minus 7. So we'll have 3x will be less than or equal to 21. And now, to solve for x, we're going to divide by 3. So 3 times some number will give us 21, so that implies x is going to be less than or equal to 7. So that's what satisfies that one. Okay, over here, this one is the one that's a little bit different. I wonder if anyone can see why it's different. But well, we'll see what happens here. So we've got to remove this 3. So we're going to make it 3, different colour. 3 minus 3x. To remove that 3, we're going to subtract 3. Less than or equal to negative 6. And we're going to subtract 3 from there as well. Now, our two 3's will eliminate each other. So we've got negative 3x equals negative 9. Now what we're going to do, not equals, no. My mistake, is less than or equal to negative 9. So what do we do now? Well, we know that we're going to have to divide both sides by 3. But we've got to divide both sides by negative 3. So because we're dividing by a negative number, we have to flip our sign. So this will be x will be greater than or equal to 3. And to check that, if x is equal to or greater than 3 in this, then our left-hand side will be less than negative 6. If it's any less than 3, so for example, if we put in 2, 3 minus 3 times 2, that gives us negative 3. Negative 3 is not less than negative 6, so it doesn't work. So if we put in 3, then it'll work, we'll end up with negative 6. If we put in 4, it'll still work, we'll get less than negative 6, which is what we want. So that's the way we go about solving inequalities or inequations.